Right, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Just drop your comment. Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's do it to share this link. Share this link. Share this link with your friends. Share with family. Share with your even if you have enemies, share with them. Your enemy needs to hear what we are about to discuss tonight. Share with them. Share with them. Share on your status, all of your social media handles. Okay. All right. I want to believe you are ready for tonight. I want to believe you are ready. You're ready for tonight. All right. All right. Yes. Just keep it coming. 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 Ensure you like this video. Ensure you share so that others will know what is going on. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, can you do so now? As it hot. All right. Oh yes, keep it coming. Please don't join the session, the call without signifying that you are here. Register your presence. Let us know you are here. Let us know where you are watching from. Just use okay, yeah. Use the comments box. Drop your comments. All right. Okay. I believe we can start now. I believe we can start. Yes, so we are still on the series striving for personal excellence. We started some. This should be the second episode. Well, it should be the third episode actually, because the first episode we had was something like this, just a different topic entirely. So the other episode are just like they are built up continuation on the first episode, right? So technically this is the third episode, but for this topic is the second episode you get. So and we have been talking about the idea of work, right? How work is not a curse, how God started with work, and he also gave the same to humans, to Adam, that the man should walk the garden that he gave him, or that he where he placed him, right? And after then we have seen several other stuffs. So let's just go right into it. Tonight, striving for personal excellence, episode 2. Striving for personal excellence, episode 2. So before I move on, I would like to quickly bring a balance. So I discovered that so last week we talked about ensuring that whatever comes from you carries because whatever comes from you is a reflection of who you are, right? It's a reflection of your brand, of your personal brand. So you must ensure that you qualify it, you commend it, you pick yourself as a detached observer of every of your work to ensure that you yourself can say yes, thumbs up for me, right? Before others come to even say you have done a good job. And that was what God did. That God did not bring people to come and validate him. He validated himself. He didn't say, angels, come and see this work. What is your take on it? Is it good? Is it fine? No, he said, and God saw that it was good. And we dwelt on that extensively to say that as humans, as people created in the likeness and the image of God, we must also do a commendable work, right? So meaning that we must attempt, we must strive for excellence at, every level, whatever we are doing, right? But the first balance I want to bring to that before I even proceed tonight is there is a thin line between the urge and the desire to show up excellently and perfectionism. Do you get that? There is just a very blurry line that exists between the urge, the desire, the strive for excellence, and the web of perfectionism. And what do I mean? Excellence is good, right? And it's something you must run towards or you must attempt to achieve, right? But another thing that can be a problem if you find yourself doing is being perfect, so to speak, right? That the state of not being able to produce anything or release anything for the consumption of for people to consume because you feel is not perfect enough, and everything you want to do, you are waiting for the perfect condition before you even embark on them, right? So I'm trying to help you see the balance that while you strive towards excellence, you must be careful not to enter into the web of perfectionism. That you cannot, that the reason why you cannot even do, be at your best, do what you should do, lend your voice, speak over a matter, speak to your audience, is because you don't have everything figured out, because you are waiting for the perfect condition. The reason why you cannot sit up, make that video, send it out, is because you feel you need all the gadgets in this world, because you want everything to just be there, right? Now, I'm not saying you should give us what is not, like I've said, but you must know when the reason why you are not making progress is because you just want everything to be perfect, like perfect, and you cannot. And the reason why you have not stood your ground, the reason why you have not done anything significant with your life, with your time, despite all the giftings you have, despite all the values that are locked up within you. The reason why you have not done anything is because you just feel nothing is good, or I mean, there is nothing you do that is good. Not, just keep belittling yourself, looking down on yourself, looking down on whatever resources that is available around you. You have to be very, very, very careful, right? You have to be very careful of that temptation. One day I went to check my Facebook, and I was just scrolling. I went to the first, not the first video, but the first this kind of one-on-one session or video that I made. And I saw it, I was like, wow, what is this? What is this? you know, it was out of this world. But one thing I remember very well is that it took me a lot of work, on my mind to come out and even do that, to even say I want to go live on Facebook, on Facebook, right? Because I didn't have the gadgets. I didn't have the. I wanted. My God, I want. In fact, if it's going to be very simple, at least it should be fine. It should be nice. The gadgets, the lighting, everything must be at least cool. So it took me a lot of years to even summon the courage to come out and speak. So you understand? To say yes, I want to do live session. It's not that I could not, right? Oh my God, I believe I have so much to offer. I have so much to bless people with, right? But I didn't have the gadget. So when I found out that I was already being cheated by this whole thing, I said I was going to do it regardless. My phone was not good at the time. I can't remember what year, but it should be. I can't remember what year. I said I was going to do it regardless. I was going to go live on Facebook, and I went with it like that because what I wanted to beat was inconsistency. I wanted to beat inconsistency, right? Because that's another thing you now need to even deal with. So I was showing up with a bad video. I'll show up, I'll do it. Only for me to hear people say, wow, thank you. Yeah, I saw your video. That was cool. I'll go and do mine. I said, really? So I've been holding myself back all this while. So now, let me just share with you 3 things you must take note of as you strive towards excellence and avoid being caught by the web of perfection or perfectionism, right? The first thing you must know is that excellence can be achieved at any level. It can be achieved at any level. All right. So, in the midst of no gadgets, no resources, it's because I don't have data, I can't do this. You can still ensure that you do something, but it is cool. It is nice at that level. One thing people will accept, we agree, or we try to understand is the fact that is what you have, and you are showing we are seeing the attitude in you that yes, this person wants to give us. It's not like he's not taking us serious, or he's just feeling like you say you have to take it like that. I've told you there's that habit that people just feel you have to accept it like that. So you must know that it can be achieved at any level. Do not compare yourself with people who have it figured out already. Just know that at this level, right, I don't want anything to stop me. What is my best? How best can I show up? Then show up and ensure you are doing it. The second thing is that while you start at that level and you maintain the excellence at that level, you must know that one of the things that will keep you going, keep you improving, is quick dissatisfaction. Let me put it that way. Yeah, that you must learn to move on time. You must learn to be dissatisfied with the current level of results you're having, right? So that you will not camp around what you should have moved past, right? You will not make a monument around your past achievement, your past glory. Do you understand? So you must always raise the bar. So it will start with that hunger for more in your heart. So once you are able to put yourself in that state, in that condition, that I can be better than this, right? I can be better than this doesn't mean I will not show up like this today. I will show up, but next time I'm showing up, I will make sure that I will improve on myself. When you have that attitude, right, it's going to really help you compared to not showing up at all because you feel you do not have all that is needed. Do you understand? So you must um, keep up, put that within you. Let it be before you. This trophy is for today. Next tomorrow, I mean the next time I'm showing up, I want to show up better. They used to say something that nobody clap for you for doing one thing twice, right? Nobody will say, wow, 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 that was a powerful um speech, that was a powerful delivery. Wow, wow. If you are coming back the next time, people will not, because you did well the last time, and clap for you again, even if you did nonsense. Of course, it is possible that the perception they had about you will help them, listen to you, but you must deliver well today to earn their respect. Do you get what I'm saying? You must deliver well today to earn their honor. You must deliver well today to earn their applause, right? So you must always ensure that the next time you are showing up better than the previous time. Do you get? And the third thing you must take note of is uh crime in start what you have. See, most we are always concerned about what we do not have that we ignore. What's not available, and you just say, this thing is not there, this does not exist, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have this privilege, I don't have this opportunity, I do not have this educational background, I do not. Come on, leave what you do not have. Can you start from where you are with what you have? Right? Because it is always about there's something they say that with the difference between here and there is T, right? Here and there is T, that's time. All right. So it's always about, if you are going to move, if you are going to do anything, even if life has beaten you, the first thing you want to ask is, okay, where am I currently? Where are you currently? So what do we do from where I am now? Do you understand? So it's always about that. So stop waiting for perfect condition. Stop waiting for everything to be 100, to be top notch before you step out and do something. Sometimes it is where you are at it that improvement will meet up with you. So while you are at it that the resources will catch up. Sometimes the resources are just there waiting for you to move. Do you get what I'm saying? So while you do that, you must know that just know when the devil has decided to focus on your matter, and that is saying that you have to find everything, you have to make everything available before you even start. All right. So while we talk about moving towards excellence, we are not saying that you should pend your life, you should put an embargo on yourself because you do not have everything ready. We are saying that at that level where you are, with the resources you have, make sure it is your best. Make sure it is your best, and have the attitude that move towards improvement every day, every time, every day, every time. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is it. So I believe I've been able to bring a balance on that. So tonight I want us to do a quick study on the guy called Joseph, right? Striving for personal excellence. We're going to look at this guy called Joseph. Genesis 39. If you have not shared this link, share. If you have a friend that you know should be part of this, go and disturb them. Guy, come and be a part of this. Something is happening here. All right, Genesis 39. So we're going to do a quick review, just few verses about this guy called Joseph, and I'm going to address the subject called favor. Right? I believe there are many dimensions to favor that you might not have heard before. So Genesis 39, can we read? Okay, let me use NIV and maybe amplified. All right. Now Joseph, Genesis 39. Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, an Egyptian, who was one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there. The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered, and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. Verse 5. From the time he put him in charge of his household and of all that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptian because of Joseph. The blessing of the Lord was on everything Potiphar had, both in the house and in the field. So Potiphar left everything he had in Joseph's care, with Joseph in charge. He did not concern himself with anything except the food he ate. Now Joseph was well built and handsome. All right, let me just a minute. Just a minute. So we want to look at this guy called Joseph and learn from him, because he is a very wonderful case study on this subject we are considering. Do you see that? Um, so, so I believe one of the challenge you might have had in studying this, reading this part, is the problem of religion. Sometimes religion can blind your mind when you're studying scriptures. Do you know there are instances where you want to study the Bible and you already have an idea in your mind, and you keep reading the particular verse and you keep seeing what you already have in your mind, only for you to find out that you're reading something different and you're interpreting something different based on what you've always heard. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's look at this particular verse. Joseph was in the land, a strange land, where he was sold, to slavery, right? And Bible said that the Lord was with him, and everything he did was successful. And because of that, the master who bought him took note of him, observed him that, hold on, guys, everything we put in the hand of this guy to do, he always do it well. In fact, if that work has been in the hand of his friend and the work has not been doing well, just withdraw the work from that friend's hand and give it to Joseph. Somehow he's going to deliver well. So I want you to look at this scripture. Don't look at it with your religious mind. Just find a way to bring it to this contemporary time. Imagine, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you are a teacher in a school and there is a class with another teacher, and it has been observed that most of the students in this class, they don't do well. They don't do well. But every time they pick students from a particular class to meet one teacher in maybe class C, no, it does not matter whether they have concluded on that guy or that student, whether they say that this boy, there's nothing upstairs. It looks like the devil has, removed everything that he has there. It does not matter the level of the decadence to this, the devil has done on this guy. Anytime you pick a child that is not doing well and take him to the class of let's say just picture that, Auntie Clara, that child must do well. I don't know how she does it, but the child will know book. Let's put it that way. That's the picture here. Are you following what I'm saying? That is the picture here. That if does not matter how bad the condition is, if you just mistakenly bring the child, say we don't even know what to do with you again, just dump the child and say go and stay with that auntie and that's your class. only for you to come back the third month and see that this guy is topping in his class, right? That's this particular scenario was the case with Joseph. Potiphar observed that everything they put in the hand of Joseph always work. It always, 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 it will always work, right? And he said, look at it. So, so when his master saw that the Lord was with him, that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his sight and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. So, it now became a matter between the guy and his as a master that we observe that every time this guy is in charge of something, he will do it well, or that thing will just end up well. So he now took him and put him in charge of everything he owned. And now we now heard that the reason why all of this happened was because the Lord was with him. And even the man observed that the Lord was with him. And that was why everything was going on. And now said he found favor in his sight. Now, what do you see there? There was a time I thought favor was, look at it. I always hear people say, oh, I have a testimony, I received favor. And when they finish sharing their testimony, it's about someone sending them money, someone giving them, something. And I was like, really? Me too, I went and I was praying. Favor. God, I used to feel that I have the spirit of this favor. Until one day, I started seeing that there are different manifestations of favor that is beyond someone just dashing you money. The fact that someone look at you and say, wow, you are so good with what you do. Don't worry, I'm going to speak to someone about you. And without telling you, just say, I have someone here who can do this thing well, and he submit your name somewhere, and they call you to do the thing without you have to still work for it, right? Maybe do the work well, and they called you and paid you well. That's still favor, because that's what happened there. What enticed or what attracted Joseph to Potiphar was not just because God was with him, was not just because oil was on his head, was because he did what he did well. You understand what I'm saying? In fact, it is between you and I that we know that it is because there is blessing on his head. It is because they know that he came from a place where they were always serving a God. That's why they even agree that, the Lord was with him. If I may not even be able to identify that God of Israel, you just know that there's something strange about this guy. But apart from that thing that was strange about him, he was a kind of person that once you put things in his charge, right, he ensures that he will deliver them well. So is it possible that maybe you have the same spirit of favor on your head, but you have handled everything favor brought shabbily? Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe your own story is like the story of Joseph too, that the Lord was with him, right? But because he said everything he did, he still had to do. Maybe favor is on your head too. You got the job because someone spoke to someone about you. That was favor. You got a contract because someone recommended you. In fact, there were rooms you never entered, but your name was mentioned, and you had to be the one that they are giving the contract to. Right? Favor brought that. But because there is something you are lacking, that you don't know that favor can bring you into a room and character will shut the room against you. Favor can bring you into a circle, but your nonchalant attitude, your unseriousness, your little attention to details can shut the door against you. So this guy was not just a beneficiary of God's unction, God's favor, right? But he ensured that he partnered with grace that was upon him. So it is something we are not even arguing about, that um, that God is with you. But wait, are you sure that you are not frustrating the grace that God has given you? Are you sure you're not frustrating the favor of God upon you? In that your place of work, what you are probably, you are rendering service for people, and you are the one that will pray, God will bring clients, and God will bring clients. You are the one that will send them away because you cannot deliver well, because you cannot put in the work that is required. So that's how we always um, work towards our undoing. That we pray so hard that God will open doors, right? And we will work so bad and we will shut the doors. Because we do not understand what it means to show up excellently, to work perfectly, to invest ourselves in whatever we do. We do not have the slightest understanding that anything that proceeds from you, it's a reflection of your personal brand. And so it means that for many times, you might have shut down what God started in your life. Are you know what I'm saying? It means that for a lot of times, might have stood in between what God was doing, because you are you are everything apart from being hardworking. You are everything apart from being excellent with what you do. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So favor, so he said he found favor. Maybe let me read Amplified so you see what I'm talking about. Okay, look at it. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to flourish and succeed in his hand. So Joseph pleased Potiphar and found favor in his sight. So look at it that now. That what made Joseph pleasing unto Potiphar and gave him favor before Potiphar was because he saw that everything he did succeeded. You get what I'm saying? Are you getting what I'm saying? What God gave him was not evident. It was just there, right? It was his own partnership with what God put on his head, the oil, right? That now gave us a physical manifestation that was obvious, evident, clearly seen by Potiphar, and because of that, it was pleasing unto him. It's our generation. It's common people, right? And I'm particularly believers. We pray for promotion, but we are the one that will work the least in our place of work. Every day we submit letters, prayer requests before God on the mountain. Let me receive promotion at my place of work. But you are not thinking, how can I do this work well? How can I appear before my boss and my boss will not be able to say, oh, that this guy is actually there. So we pray for promotion, but we are the ones that we give trouble to our team. But that was not what we are seeing here. Look at it. Look at what Joseph did. He was always doing everything they gave him well. So that was what made him pleasing unto Potiphar. Think about it. Nobody wants to. Potiphar at the time, we put his whole household under one man, a slave for that matter. Hope you know, he went there to do slave boy. No. There has to be something you are doing that makes you appealing to nobles, to kings. It was not pity. Sometimes what we do is that we want people to pity us. We trade pity for whatever value they have to give us. Whereas we should have proven ourselves that, see, I am equal to this task. I am equal to this task. You can't keep saying that you have God and you are appearing before people as one who you are serving Amadioha. Come on. As a matter of fact, Your prayers, your investment in fasting and prayer, in seeking the face of God, should motivate you to excellence, should push you to show up brilliantly and say, yes, I know they will not deny me, right? But reverse is the case. So you must, observe that and see what was done. So nobody will commit anything tangible into you. I found out that that is actually true. And nobody will commit anything tangible into your hand if you are not commanding some level of result at some level of perfection. Nobody, sincerely. See, they can love you, they will, bring you around. You can be loyal, but nobody will put things in your hand because they know that the last ones we have always put in his hand, in our hand, does not always see the light of day. So let's just keep him around. Let's keep her around, but don't put anything into his hand. Do you understand? So that was what happened between Potiphar and Joseph. And the reason why I had to help you paint the scenario so that you not just see that you not just keep shouting that everywhere I go to they will be blessed because of me. And maybe that was that what when you said that statement, it was actually true, right? Because of the unction on your head, because of the blessing on your head, right? But it is no longer true now because you are not putting in the work. Maybe your confession was true, but your attitude denies it. Your attitude is fighting against it. You are the one who will come late to work. You are the one who is already, shouting that you want to leave on time. You are the one who will not deliver when you should deliver. You are the one who will, show up anyhow, right? Because you do not really know who you are, and you are frustrating the grace of God that that you are. So Joseph showed himself worthy of the position, of the place. The highest authority, that highest seat in the house of Potiphar that he was given. So stop trading pity. Ensure that you give value. That you are a believer, that you are a Christian, that you are prayerful does not mean that you should be a failure, right? So what is it that you are doing? What is it that you are doing? Are you giving it your best? That's the question you should ask, right? So these are the few qualities that you can observe in the life of Joseph, coupled with the fact that the Lord was with him, the Lord prospered him. And I believe that these qualities I want to mention are the reasons why Potiphar felt he was qualified to take over or oversee his household. It was not because he was prayerful. It was not. All right. And what is that first thing? First thing was that the guy was competent. He was competent. Joseph was competent. Joseph was competent. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you even remember when he had to interpret the dream of the king? And he said, "Oh king, find someone who is very wise and put in charge of this." Right? And king said, "Wait, is there another person who is, who can fit into this rather than you? Just take over." And he delivered. There was no record of, maybe after 7 years, they found out that the famine eventually came and it killed everybody. He was competent. He was competent. With your prayerfulness, with your prayer life, ensure that you are competent. You are competent. Whatsoever you are doing, do it well. Wherever you are working, do it well. He was competent. The guy was prudent. Another characteristic you see is prudence. Another one you will see is someone with good organizational skill or management skill, right? Because he was put in charge of many things there in the house. So it means that he's that kind of person who wants to ensure that every of the servants are well fed, they eat on time. If the master has any business is doing, right, and is to take over the oversee the business, the flourishing of the business. He ensures that there's proper record keeping, everything. So meticulous. That's Joseph. That's Joseph. That's Joseph. So stop frustrating the grace of God on your head. Stop frustrating the grace of God on your head. Stop making it look like God is not faithful. Stop making it look like that. That God is not happy with you. God has turned his back against you. He has not. You are just frustrating his grace. You are frustrating his effort. Yes, you are frustrating his effort. Do you understand? So Joseph was competent, he was prudent, he was hardworking, he was organized, he was growth oriented, he was meticulous, he had good administrative skill. Oh my God, oh my God. And that is an attribute that you must have in this day and time. Even in the church, even in the church, nobody wants to put things in the hands of people that cannot deliver. Nobody wants to put things in the hands of people that can't deliver. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right. So I want to show you ways to increase your value. I'll just share 3 or 4 ways to increase your value anywhere, right? Maybe at work, a personal value, um, whatever, wherever it is, ways to increase your value. Because, you see, in your attempt to strive for excellence, you must find ways to increase your value because it is when you are a person of value that you can be needed. I've told you, people can keep you around just because you are very loyal, not because you are valuable. Yes, people can keep you around them because they just don't want to let go. Not because you have anything you're offering them anymore. Right? Because maybe while you even came, you were offering value at a level, but you failed to grow. And like that, they just okay, this it can't it's not the man for this job again. Think about it. Companies will lay people off, and but not everybody, because they know what they want and they know where to get those things. Right? So there are some people that even if they want to lay a lot of people off, they have to think about it twice. This guy is like 10 people combined. If we send this guy away, this business will suffer. If we send this guy away, this institution will suffer. You must be that kind of person. You must be that kind of person, whatever you do. So the first thing that I'm going to mention is that you must enroll for higher training, higher learning. Whatever feed, whatever God has put in your hands, whatever work you are doing, whatever business, one thing you must always have is, I do it in fact yearly. Every year I want to learn new thing. I want to get more knowledge. I want to learn more on maybe all round, right? Both personal, life, work, ministry. I just want to take more training. So for you to increase your value, you must enroll for higher learning, for higher training. Because when you do that, you are increasing the chance of your competence, right? You are increasing the level of your competence. And once you are able to increase your competence, you will increase your confidence. How do I mean? You with higher competence, you are so confident, you'll be confident of what you do, you'll be confident of what you are offering, your product. Do you understand? There's a way you would defend it when you are so certain that I know this thing back and forth. This is not a guesswork. This is not me trying to play smart. I know this. And you can say that boldly because you really know it. Let me so I bought one bread one day somewhere, and on the for you to know that it's not confirmed, it's all this then when they used to put sticker. So the person put the name of the bread by so he put the name of the person, the owner of the company, and said, I can't remember how he put it, but he said he learned how to make bread from one foreign country. I was like, okay. When I ate the bread, I felt like, what is this? What is this? What is this? You should not have even put it that you learned it. You learned how to make bread outside of Nigeria. Why do you put this? Why? Because when I ate the bread, it was like something that was made, somewhere in the village here. Because the learning did not impact, right? The training did not impact on the quality of the bread. But he knows that putting it there will make people say, wow, he learned how to make bread in China. Okay, let's see. But it still look like something I don't know. But that aside, one thing that you always get is training. Higher learning, higher training will increase your competence. And like that, it can also affect your outcome, affect your productivity, affect what you produce, your product, the quality of your product. Do you understand? So anyone who can always ensure that they keep learning, they will always stay needed. They always stay needed. For instance, let's say your feed, there's a skill that is common now. The best way to keep yourself needed is to look at the next 5 years. What is that one skill that will be needed in the next 5 years? Can I start learning it now? Right? And like that, you'll be 5, 10 steps ahead of your contemporaries. Right? So one of the surest way to increase your value is to enroll for higher training. Right? And you see, sometimes we are just one step away from effectiveness. And what is that step? Maybe taking that course, maybe enrolling for that training, right? Many people have different courses they should do online, on site, people they should pay for. You see, when you see people always saying, bros, now, I mean, if you teach me that thing for free, personally, I feel it's a language of irresponsible people. Yes, you like free things, you like cheap things, something that you should just squeeze and go and do it. Go and take the course, go and take the training. Go and take the training. Because it's going to help you to become better at what you do. So you should not be the person always asking for free things all the time. Learn to bring money from your own purse and pay to learn. And as you do that, you are increasing your chance of being needed wherever you work. Are you seeing that? You're increasing your chance of being usable. Yes, you can't, because one thing is that you are available does not mean you are usable. That you are available does not mean you can be used, or you are useful, kind of, right? So there are people who, that is why I used to have issues with the education system of Nigeria. That you are going to spend years, 4 years, especially some skills that requires you to learn to know technical stuff. That you're going to spend 4 years, and after you are done, you are still looking for where to learn. What is the meaning of that? Or after the 4 years you are done, they are now asking you for 5 years of experience. Really, where do I get that from? Right? Because nobody wants to commit things into the hands of novice. You need to really thank the people that employed you when you had no work experience. Now you can say, I have 2 years of work experience. I worked with this person for 6 months. I worked there for 6 months. How about the company that employed you when you had no experience? And they tested their model, their business, they rested all of their investment on your incompetence. Are you seeing that? So the education system is somehow, of course, but I know that people do. People are wise now. They find a way to learn even as they are in school, right? But one of the ways to be valuable, right, to be the choice of people is to ensure that that thing you are doing, right, make sure you learn, take training on it, take training, take classes, enroll for courses, take professional courses and get better. It is like that that you can prove yourself to be valuable. And you now see that, like, you see, there's a saying that favor is when opportunity meets with preparation. Do you hear that? Favor is when opportunity meets with preparation. Many times we've had several opportunities, but because we're not prepared. So it now looks like it's this favor. Do you see that? Do you get what I'm saying? So in the case of Joseph, everything was there, right? The hand of God was there. He himself too was prepared. So when the opportunity came, nothing was able to stand in the way. So the time you have now, instead of complaining of what you don't have, can you sharpen what you have? Can you learn more? Can you improve on yourself? Can you take more training? Are you what I'm saying? Can you sharpen that your instrument that you have on with you? Because that is how opportunity comes, and if you are not demand for it, it looks like you have just experienced this favor. Whereas if you had prepared, just a little decision, just small decision to prepare for what God is preparing for you, you would have experienced favor. So are you getting what I'm saying? So it means that most of the times, in most cases, we are not um plagued by disfavor. We are only frustrating the favor of God by not adequately preparing for what God is preparing us for, or what God is preparing for us. Right? The second thing is that you will do to increase your value is you must strengthen your self-image and self-respect. Right? What do I mean by that? I've found out that until there is that awareness of our person, I was talking about knowing that everything that comes from you carries your signature, is a reflection of your personal brand. Now let's talk about someone who has no self-respect, who does not respect himself, right? Who does not perceive himself well. He can't even think of maybe he has a personal brand or what he does reflect his person. Do you get what I'm saying? So self-respect, like carrying yourself well, having a healthy self-concept, self-image will improve on your value. It will improve on what you offer. It will improve on what you do. Knowing that I cannot do anything that will tarnish my image. I cannot allow any work leave my company, my firm, right? And will not speak well of our values, of our culture. Do you understand? Anything that comes from me must represent me. So until there is an improvement on how you see yourself, you might not be able to place value on yourself. You may not be able to value might not, value, quality, right? Excellence might not show in what you are offering. Do you understand? So there is that drive. One thing that will drive you, that will motivate you, is this self-respect. I so much respect myself, right? That I can't stand it. That they are saying, yes, is the one breaking someone's head there. Really? See, as simple as standing me up in class and saying, why didn't you do your assignment? You are making us stand up. Self-respect. No. Hello? Do you get what I'm saying? Why would I allow that to happen to me? There are instances where certain things will happen. I've said, this is the last time it will ever happen. This is the last time. I will ask you to do, make sure you read this book before next week. We're going to meet and review the book. Self-respect will make me sit down, even with my schedule, read the book. So when it is time for us to discuss, I'll not say, I'm sorry, I was busy, I couldn't. 1 week, self-respect. There is that image of yourself that you will have that will compel you to do what is necessary. That will compel you to ensure that you show up at the highest level of perfection. Without this self-image, healthy self-image, you might not see anything wrong with showing up anyhow. You see, you might try to even let's take how you dress, for example. How you dress. Maybe you have received feedbacks from people that, oh, the way you are dressing, you need to change it, you need to improve on it. It does not matter how hard you try to change it. If you did not see yourself as someone who, I guess what I'm saying, as a king, as a noble person, as someone worthy of emulation, right? If you do not see it as part of your identity, as part of your image, does not matter how hard you try, you always fall back to that level. That's why I've seen a lot of people, right? But look at that is how you can increase your value. You will keep missing the deadlines for your work until you increase or you improve on your self-image. Do you get what I'm saying? I am not this kind of person. I am this kind of person. And once you have that healthy image, self-image, right? And you begin to reinforce it. No, I cannot show up looking tattered. I cannot show up looking like someone who has not been, been well, feeling well for 3 weeks. All right. If it does not resonate with you, to show up below the standard, then you are doing well. So you must ensure that you work towards improving it. How do you see yourself? How do you perceive yourself? You cannot show up at the highest level of perfection if you do not see yourself as such. Do you get what I'm saying? You cannot show up at the highest level of excellence if you do not see yourself as such. You must come to the point where you are seeing yourself as that fellow. Are there people you admire? Are there people you love to see, you love to be around? Are there people whose fashion sense appeals to you? I get what I'm saying? You must see yourself in that manner. You must strengthen your self-image so that you can replicate the same thing you desire until your self-narrative, your inner narrative aligns with that desire of yours. You cannot do anything different. And you find out that you are there and no progress. You are just trying to get things done, you are forcing things, but nothing is happening, right? Because there's no alignment. So if there's any other way to increase your value is to increase or to strengthen the your self image. Do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? So once you can settle this, once you can deal with this, then you are prepping yourself up for increment in the value you offer. So like that, oh, it will affect you, affect your work, to affect your work. So when I have a good, a solid, a LD self-image, I want to make sure that when customers patronize me to make good clothes for them, I will not make anything bad. And I will not try to excuse my ignorance. I get what I'm saying. I want to do things that will match up with my level. Do you get? I will ensure that I go extra mile, deliver well, and say, take this clothes for you. Wear it. It's my pride. I did this. I did this. So one of the ways to increase your value is to strengthen your self-image. Another way to increase your value, this is the last one I'm going to talk about tonight, is you must work towards or strive towards working under little or no supervision. We saw that character with Joseph. For everything we have shared, you can see it in the life of Joseph. Potiphar left everything. I will say he did not concern himself with anything in his house again except what he was eating. Maybe the only time he had an opinion was, what are you cooking tonight? I want to eat so food. Every other thing, every other business in that household was managed by someone else. So it means that you increase your value when you can work under little or no supervision. Many people are doing well now because they are working under someone. If you dare step out of your current place of work and establish your own business, you have just started a journey that will not even last at all. Why? Because the reason why you were delivering when you delivered was because someone was supervising you. You are not the kind of person yet. I get what I'm saying. Now, when I say you are not the kind of person, I'm not saying that you are not that kind of person, you cannot do it. I'm saying that you have not yet become. And you can work towards becoming that kind of person. That you will be able to work whether or not your boss is with you. You'll be able to work without anybody pressing your neck and say, there's something I used to tell myself or do, ensure I do with my clients. I mean, you can give me your work and go and sleep. Go and rest. Every moment I sit up to do it, I do it like it is my own. Like mine. You can just give me this work, go and sleep. Go and relax. Don't bother yourself. In fact, when people start pestering my life, calling me to say they are checking up, I'm tired. Guy, don't you know me? It's not that I'm proud. It's just pride. You know, I mean, it's not, how do I put it now? It's not the evil pride. It's me. When I work for you, just go and sleep. And you must come to that point if you are going to increase your value. If you are going to increase the value people place on you, you're going to increase how people see you, right? How they perceive you. You must be able to do their task for them without them putting pressure on your neck. That was what Joseph did. He was that kind of person. A slave boy, yet he was managing the affairs of his master without the master having to ask, what is it that you are doing now? What is it that is happening? What is it that is happening? I get what I'm saying. I remember there was a time we were going to have a friend of mine, a business partner, come and say, we have a problem. There is something we're supposed to do. I didn't know that we didn't do it, and we need to deliver it tomorrow morning. He said, there's no other person I can call. There's no other person. You are the only one that can solve this problem. Normally, if we're going to do that work, it should take us 2 weeks. A week if we are doing express, 2 weeks if you want to flex, but let's say a week. And he said that, I said, okay, well, if all resources are available, I will deliver. And see, will not because um we do not have time to do it, we would deliver it and reduce its quality. Do you get? Not because there's not much time to work on this, we'll now say, yeah, take it just for you to have something to present. We'll do it and still ensure